Hello, all you tiny little people that live in my computer. My name's Finn. Hello. Today's video is a little less fun and a little more emotional, and for that, I apologize. But it's something that I've thought about and talked about a lot recently, and I felt like bringing it up a little bit more in a forward way and towards people rather than just to myself or like one friend. But I'm going to talk about a bit, starting with I'm nice, I care about people and whatnot now, but I used to not. I was an asshole for a while, and I have had the time and the care to grow away from that and to become someone who I can be proud of. So I kind of want to talk about that because I kind of haven't, but I feel like I should, because I know there's a lot of people who are in the same space that I was, and they, much like me, get caught and stuck in it, and they don't know how to be better. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. To begin, I grew up in a very not good environment where everyone around me was less than positive. I wasn't taught what it meant to be loved. I wasn't taught how to love. Sure shit wasn't taught respect or boundaries or anything. And 90 other things, but that all led to me being a pretty shit human for a majority of the time I've been on this planet, because I was a quiet, like, kid, and then my teen years came in, and I fucked everything. And I was given a very beautiful opportunity by whatever forces are out there or whatever, and I met some really beautiful people who were caring, passionate, people who genuinely made life a better experience. And due to insecurities, due to lack of emotional maturity, due to lack of any form of intelligence, I pushed all of those beautiful people away. I harmed them in ways verbally. I never beat anybody or anything like I could, but I was an asshole. I was loud. I was very speaking without thinking and saying some of just the meanest shit that I could come up with. And a lot of those people, rightfully so, were not happy with that. And due to that, I lost those people who made life such an amazing experience, and I just didn't understand how to do anything back. And that still gets to me, you know. Every once in a while, that still hits a little hard, especially if I'll see an old picture or anything. It's like, what did I do, you know? But even through losing all those people, there was someone who stuck by me, showed me love, showed me respect, showed me care, showed me genuine companionship. And I did not treat him very well, because I know some people in my personal life will be watching this. I will not be saying that fella's name, but if you're out there, hi, I'm sorry. And even after all of that time, this individual stuck by me and helped me figure a lot of stuff out about myself. That is a part of it. And we were an item for an extended period, 2 extended periods. And I didn't know what I was doing. I was kind of just always thinking about me. I was always thinking about my problems. I was always thinking about my trauma. I was always thinking about whatever was going on with me. And that's all that mattered. And then, after so long of dealing with me, he decided he was done. Which I believe was the right decision on his part. And I respect all of that, and still love and respect that human. Dear Lord, I hope he's doing well. Believe he's in college. Good for him. But there's that. And that was kind of the big, movie moment for me, was realizing I'm a shithead. Well, technically that's not the moment. At that point, I was working at McDonald's, which, haha. And I kind of entered a real low point. I gained so much weight. I'm tiny. I've always been tiny. These days, I'm lucky to hit 130. I was 160 pounds. I stopped shaving for 2 months, and I had this really gross, big, mutton chop thing going on. It was not very good looking. Not that I wanted it to be, but ugh. I made friends, but they were all just idiotic asshats who were just doing drugs and breaking shit. And there was a situation where I was hanging out with a few of them, and I was in the back of one of their pickup trucks. I was just kind of there. And I was there and whatever, and it was fine. And it just kind of slowly got to the point of me realizing these people don't care about me. And then I got to the point of thinking, oh, these people who left me are assholes. Why the fuck would they leave me? And then I thought about it, and I was like, these people are shitty, and I want to get away from them. All my friends got away from me. Maybe I'm shitty. And I talked with a therapist. I talked with a couple people that were just kind of friendly. And I started making a lot of changes to who I am, to what I do, how I do it. And I had to get rid of a lot of things while adding a few. And I'm still working on it, right? I'm not perfect. I still fuck up. I'm still mean sometimes. But I'm better. I figured out that thing. Ha 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 ha. Female moment. I started reading everything I could about that and figuring it out. And now at this point, I'm to a point where I know what I am on that sort of thing, right? I understand that I am one of them. I got diagnosed. I'd be an autism baby, which is terrifying and awesome, because it's amazing to have something to look at, and to, whenever you're lost or worried, when you're lost, having a map, when you're worried, having a reason why not to be, that sort of thing. And I sort of never knew what was wrong with me. And then having, like, the diagnosis of, like, oh, you have autism. Or the notion of, like, hey, the reason you're different socially is because, well, your brain's different. Here's reasoning. And that was extremely helpful for me. It really helped me understand the differences between myself and other people. And it also gave me an opportunity to look at things I do through a lens of, like, well, why do I do that? Why do I react this way to these things? And that was really helpful. And then I realized how destructive my workplace was, and I stopped. I quit going there. And then I started realizing how destructive my home life was, and I stopped spending my time there. And then I kept working on me, and kept working on me. And then more time passed, and then I moved in with my best friend, which didn't go super well, but it's okay, because if I didn't move in with him, I wouldn't be where I am now, and I wouldn't have been given more opportunities to meet more beautiful, more caring, more passionate people who make my life better, who make my life fun, and who give me opportunities day in and day out to be a better person. Rather that be the people I work with who are genuinely good people. The people I live with who have treated me like part of their family and have done everything to give me what I need to succeed in the world. Rather it be all the strangers in my phone that I can't shut up about, like you. And having those opportunities is what showed me that I was shitty, and it's what gave me a reason to get better. And I'm not perfect. I fuck up, I get mad, I get sad, I freak out. Sensory stuff sucks. And sometimes I'm a little too overstimulated mentally to do anything. And sometimes I'm a bit of like an ass due to that. And I apologize to anybody if I've ever done that to you, for it's not intentional. And most of the time I can't tell I'm doing it. And then I feel bad later. And recently, I have felt so much better about the person I am and who I'm becoming. Because one of the people who I treated like dog shit, like genuine dog shit, and not like, oh, I was a mean friend, like I was a piece of shit to this person, and I will deal with that for the rest of my life. But I reached out to her and apologized. I probably wrote way too much. It probably could have been like a sentence, and I put like 8 paragraphs or whatever. And I was like, hey, if you, at the bottom, I was like, if you don't want to respond, you do not need to. I don't want to push you and blah, 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 blah. And quite simply, the response was better than anything I could have hoped for. We are not friends. Probably won't be another word back and forth ever again, but that's okay, because I was forgiven for being a piece of shit. I was told to keep getting better, and I'm going to. that happened, I want to say that was yesterday. I'm really bad at timelines. One moment. I can look. I have this special thing called a phone. Tee-hee-hee-hee. When would that have been? Oh, that would have been yesterday. So for you guys, it would have been Wednesday, I think. And when I read that, and I read that I was forgiven, and that a person who I hurt wants me to be better and get better and be everything that I can be, right? That kind of made me break down a little bit. I cried for a bit, and then I hugged a cat, and then I gave like a sort of like a thank you, turned my phone off, and I sat there for a bit. Well, a lot longer than a bit. I sat there for like 2 hours, and then I stopped crying, and I started smiling, and I got really giddy and excited about the fact that I've gotten to the point where I love myself enough to accept something like that, to accept forgiveness, and to accept that I have fucked up, and that I've been a piece of shit, and that at this point it's not that I look at that and think, oh, well, I'll be a piece of shit forever, oh, fuck me, fuck my life, and instead it's, I'm not a piece of shit anymore. I love people. I love YouTube. I love games. I love these dumb fucking cats. I love stuff. And I never really have. And I think that's fucking awesome. There are a million shitty things in this world. Million shitty, fucked up things. And you will see them on your phone and your computer and the newspaper, and you'll hear it from people who you adore. There's a billion fucked up things going on. You shouldn't be that fucked up thing for anybody. I'm gonna steal a quote from someone, but I mean, it fits. I used to wake up, look in the mirror, and ask myself, am I the bad guy? And at that point, I didn't have an answer, because I didn't know what the fuck it meant to be good or bad. Whereas today, it's looking in the mirror and am I the good guy? And the answer typically is I'm trying. I'd like to think that someday I will be what I believe to be a good person. Today, I'm closer than I've ever been, and I am going to keep working on that, and I'm going to keep working on me, and I'm going to keep doing things that I love, whether it be sitting here for 30 minutes randomly talking to people on the internet who don't actually know me, or hugging a cat, or laying in my bed for 6 hours, or playing a stupid Lego game, or watching somebody speedrun games that can't be speedran, or going to an arcade and spending way too much money. I'm no longer here to find things that I hate and yap about, oh, I hate this, and I hate this, and oh, fuck this, and fuck that. Because that's a really gross way to live. And instead I've been trying, sometimes failing, but trying to love things. And I like to think that I'm succeeding in that. I'm not somebody at a TED Talk. I'm not trained. So I don't want to sit here and tell everybody how they have a responsibility to be a good person or anything. But if you feel like the person you are right now isn't someone you can be proud of, be better tomorrow. I don't have too much else to say because I'm trying not to cry on camera. Because that's really cringe. But thank you for your time. I appreciate all of you. You make my life a million times better. I'm seeing the dumb likes and the dumb comments and all my little stupid online points go up. But thank you guys so much for that. I love you. Bye-bye.